Lance now on first down. Got a man. That's Ayuk. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. From the 29, Lance. He'll swing this out to Mostert.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lance to throw it. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Back to the running game with Mostert. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
2nd and 8. They hand it off to Mostert. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Lance going to throw. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Malcolm Brown at 3 bills and some change comes in to drop the hammer. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And a first carry now for Hyde. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
On 2nd down, Hyde. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And Hyde line will not get there as they force him to the ground shy of the marker. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
And they'll indeed go for it. Here's Lawrence.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Open space inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right?
Yeah. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Lawrence. This is Chenault on the receiving end.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll run here with Robinson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Etienne. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Look at me. Zipper.
Once more, Etienne. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Lance. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 44-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Those were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run it now with Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James Robinson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. eluding the pressure right. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it...
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that it ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 8 coming up. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. A final shot before half for Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Lawrence. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 3 yards remain for second down. They run. Robinson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Taking it right down Broadway. The 30. 10, 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. 91 yards rushing now on 8 carries. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Chris Manhertz punching it in from a yard away. And the Jags take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. take a 10-point lead. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And Lance now to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Room to run past midfield and finally brought down at the 43. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Lance a handoff here to Mostert, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. From the 41, Lance forced out to his left. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Lance now on 1st down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Mostert. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Mostert. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert able to take it in from a yard out. And the 49ers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he's got room. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. 48 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Again, it's high. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Travis Etienne, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, it's Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 40-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Had to put a mile over. Look at the lead. Look at the deficit. Trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Finds the open target, Arnold.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently,
You don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. Caught by Jones. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the... And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets... Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dwayne Smoot, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And they'll go for it. Lance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Niners are right back in this football game. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to have the short field here as they take over right at the 50. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. On first down, Lawrence escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, we saw a lot of plays go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.